I'm about to expose all the lies told about faceless content. Guys, I've been making content for about 7 to 8 years now, and I got into faceless content in 2023. I lost a bunch of money, literally like 4 to 5 grand. This is no lie. But now I understand how to do faceless content. And if I was starting again, because I help people build their first faceless brands too. For those of you guys who don't know who I am, I'm Fearless. Built my personal brand right here on YouTube to 600,000 followers, 600,000 followers on Instagram, and 900,000 followers on TikTok in the self-improvement and dating niche. So I've been helping guys with their brands on the back end for a minute, and there's a lot of nonsense that's being going on, that's being talked about, especially when it comes to the faceless niche. So the first lie is in the faceless niche is that it's automated. Automation. People call it YouTube automation. Listen to me here, bro. There is nothing automated about faceless channels. Nothing at all. It requires so much work, right? And this is coming from somebody who now knows how to teach it, right? I have several students who have made 20K plus on Faceless, right? We have several accounts that are making money, 5, 6, 7 grand a month on Faceless channels right now on YouTube. But there's nothing automated about it, right? It's being sold as this automation bullshit. YouTube automation. That's what I was told. YouTube automation. It's YouTube automation. You know, you do this and that, and you can essentially do nothing. Bullshit. Bullshit. There is nothing automated about it, right? So the way YouTube automation was taught is that, oh, okay, your script writer, right? Your voice guy, voiceover, your editor, right? These are people that you can just give them, this person will come up with the script, this person will read the script, this person will edit the video, and you're rich. This is the lie that's being told. Right? I know how the back end of this shit really works, and it's a bunch of bullshit. You're not gonna be rich doing this. Here's why. Here's some problems. Number one, right? For you to find good script writers, good people who do voiceovers, and most importantly, a good editor will take you a fuck ton of time. You're going to have to train these people. You're going to have to train these people to be as good as you want them to be. I can make a whole hour video on the lies of like, man, this is, I can make an hour video, but I would try to make this as condensed as possible. You have to train these people to be good, right? And if you don't have the skill, right, this is where a lot of people fail in faceless channels, because it's being sold as a beginner-friendly way to make money, and I wholeheartedly disagree. I think faceless channels cannot be done successfully without proper information. Faceless, in my opinion, is a pro sport. Unless you have a mentor or right information. Faceless is not a beginner-friendly model. Fuck no. The amount of time you're gonna spend to train the scriptwriter, the voiceover person, the editor, the redos that it's gonna take, you're paying these people money. It's money. It's fucking money. These people are not gonna be working for free. They get paid per project. And that's why when I first did it, I lost a whole fuck ton of money, because I was sold the same dream. Oh, it's faceless. You go get a script writer here. You go get an editor here. You do the voiceover here, and then boom, your video gets 1 million views. Nonsense. Nonsense. You're gonna have to spend time and money training these people to be as good as you want them to be. Right? If you don't have the right mentor or the right information, by the time you get monetized on YouTube, you would have spent 6, 7, 8 months and been down possibly 10 grand. You're down 10K. This is the bullshit. This is the shit everyone will tell you guys. Y'all know I ain't gonna fucking cap. I'm not gonna horse shit anything. I'm gonna tell you the fucking truth. I built a personal brand. I know the back end of this shit. I know how it's supposed to be done. By the time you fucking get these people to be making quality content that actually is engaging enough for you to get views, you will be down 10K plus, right, in like 6 months. This is the reality of most people that do YouTube automation. This is the reality. It's not a beginner-friendly game. Don't let them lie to y'all. Don't let them lie to y'all. It's not a beginner-friendly game unless you have a mentor or the right information. Right? And a lot of these people, they just don't want to come out and tell the truth. Hey, we've learned how to do this shit properly. This is how you got to pay us for. We're not going to tell you because it's a very lucrative business model. I'm not going to lie. Like you can make 6 figures plus on Faceless. I have a student making 200 to 300 grand a month. That's what I'm saying. I am very familiar with this business model. This dude is making 200 to 300K a month from Faceless. But the level of understanding that you have to have, the systems have to be in place, right? And the reality is, if you don't have the right information or the right mentor, you're going to spend a whole bunch of time and money before you get something to click. And by the time you get monetized, you'll fuck around and God forbid you pick the wrong niche. Oh my Lord. Here we go. Here we go. You pick the fucking wrong niche, all this shit is a waste. All of it is a waste. You pick the wrong niche, all of it is a waste. If you're not in the right, if you don't pick the niche that gives you the better RPM, which is rate per milli, all this is a waste. Go and pick a niche just because you like it is over. You have to strategically know which niche gives you the higher RPM, which niche you can have long-term in, right? And which niche it can't be overly saturated. Because if it's overly saturated, guess what's gonna happen? The people who are already crushing it, they're gonna be getting most of the views. Like, so what you gotta be looking out for is newer channels that are getting views in this specific niche. That's probably the biggest indicator. New channels getting views. That means that the algorithm is showing their shit to new people. If you see bigger creators getting views, it doesn't really mean much. That niche might already be fucking too saturated to where it's such a fucking uphill climb that it's gonna be almost impossible for you to escape this hellhole, which is you're gonna be down 5 figures and half a fucking year. All right? So y'all want the truth or y'all want bullshit? Y'all want the truth or y'all want bullshit? Y'all let me know. All right? There's nothing automated about it. You have to spend a bunch of time training these people, right? And the problem is it's sold as something like, oh, it's affordable. When these things start to rack up, bro, here you go. You get to 10K, right? And the thing is, you need good script writers, good voiceover people. AI has replaced, let's just cut the bullshit, right? AI has replaced the script writer. AI has replaced the voiceover. AI has replaced all these, right? The only thing that's left is the editor. And you gotta have a really fucking good editor, a really fucking good niche, the right information, and the right mentor, in my sincere opinion, for you to make Faceless work. They're gonna try to sell it to you as, oh, you don't have to spend a bunch of money, blah, blah, blah. Then there's the, what's that shit? Paying for channels, right? My bad. Then there's monetized channels. I'm telling you guys, I can literally make a fucking what not to do course on Faces. That's how informative I have gotten on it, from failing in the past to now understanding, like I'm back in it now full force, understanding the nonsense that's in it. It's packaged as this automated, low risk business model when it's quite the opposite. It's not automated. It's not beginner friendly because if you don't know how to edit, you're gonna have to pay an editor a lot of money, generally. If you pay an editor, if you get a cheap editor, guess what's gonna happen? They might give you bullshit work. If you get a cheap scriptwriter, they're gonna give you bullshit work. If you get a cheap voiceover person, they're gonna give you bullshit work. How are you gonna know it's bullshit work if you don't have experience in this shit? You see what I'm talking about? This is what I'm saying. These two things, in my opinion, are the biggest deal breakers. How are you gonna know that the scriptwriter is full of shit, the voiceover person is full of shit? Even with AI, most of the output you're gonna get with AI for script writing and voiceover, it doesn't mean that it's gonna be engaging for YouTube. Like, if you're in Faceless, it still has to be something that people engage with. How are you gonna know what is good versus not if you don't have experience? So how the fuck is it beginner friendly? Right? I don't like people lying. That's why I'm making this fucking video, because I see a lot of guys. I coach people on their personal brands. I help people establish their personal brand, face and faceless, right? And I'm seeing a lot of people, oh, what about Faceless? What about Faceless? What about Faceless? Yeah, you can do Faceless, but don't sit up here and think that it's easier. I made a video, Faceless versus personal brands, and some people think, oh, because it's Faceless, that means it's less work. Absolutely not. So I'm gonna give you guys a quick recap. You gotta train a scriptwriter. Even if it's AI, you have to know what the fuck is gonna stick. The voiceover has to be good. Your editor is gonna probably be the most important person. Literally. That person has to have a really good skill in editing videos in the profitable niche. This person has to know what the fuck to do in this niche. Literally. What's gonna garner attention in this niche? All right? If you pick the wrong niche, you wasted your fucking time and money. If you get in the oversaturated niche and you're just throwing shit up, it's over. If they don't have a high RPM, you're wasting your time. But if you had the right mentor, if you have the right information, it's unbelievably scalable, because you can make 6 figures plus a month. I'm seeing it. I have somebody that I coach that is making this kind of money. So that's why I'm here giving you guys the spiel. All right? It's not easy. It takes a lot of work. It's not automated. When you get to the point where you're an expert, or you get to the point where you understand how the specific editor needs to edit for this specific niche, how the script needs to be written to be engaging, right? You have to develop these skills. Or you get the right mentor and the right information, right? And what we've done is, in my mentorship, we've hired an in-house editing team. Literally, we just launched this to where we train the editors on how to edit the videos. So listen, if you want to do Faceless or your personal brand and you don't want to get fucking scammed, you don't want to waste $10,000 in 6 months, half a year of your fucking life, or worse, several years of your life, and you want to get this shit done the right way, right? Listen, there's going to be a link to apply for our Inner Circle mentorship. We're giving you the truth. We're telling you, we're not going to bullshit you. It's not going to be easy. It's going to take work, but we're going to give you the right information on how to do this correctly. Building your real personal brand, like Face or even Faceless. Click the link in the chat, pin comments, apply for the Inner Circle. You must be a guy that is making at least $5,000 a month, right? Because if you're going to invest in us, you can't be homeless, right? You have to be a hard worker. You have to be an action taker. You must know the truth about really working hard, right? And you have to be serious, all right? You got to be willing to be coached, okay? All right, I'll get back with you guys next time.